First, let's look at Mark chapter 8. And we're just going to look at a couple verses. It says in verse 29, and this is Jesus says, "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Peter answered, "You are the Christ." So right there, that's confirmation that Peter is certain that Jesus is Lord. He says, "You are the Christ." And Jesus says, "Don't tell anyone." So keep that in mind. Now let's go into John, I believe it's John 13. Yeah, John 13. Let's look at 36 to 37. It says, Simon Peter asked him, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I'm going, you cannot follow, but you will follow later." Peter asked, "Lord, why can't I follow you? I will lay down my life for you." So let's keep in mind, he already said that Jesus is Christ, and now he's saying, "I will lay down my life for you." This is someone that really loved Jesus, right? Now let's go back to Matthew's version of when Jesus is arrested, right? It says, and this is chapter 26. It says in verse 50, verse 50, it says, Jesus replied, "Friend, do what you came for." Then the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. When that, one of Jesus' companions reached for a sword, drew it out, and struck the servant on the high priest, cutting off his ear. And that servant was Peter. How do we know this? Let's jump back to John and look at John 18. In John 18, this is during Peter's second and third denial. It says, let's start at verse 25 in chapter 18. It says that Simon Peter, still warming himself, he was asked, "You are not one of the disciples, are you?" He denied it, saying, "I am not." One of the high priest's servants, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, challenged him. And we just stop there. So that's confirmation that the servant that cut off his ear cited in Matthew was in fact Peter. So follow me, church. It says that when Jesus asked, who do you say I am? He says, "You are the Christ." He says that I will lay down my life for you. When they came to arrest Jesus, he is the only one that decided to pull out a weapon, which is a sword, and slice off one of the guard's ears. Right? And we all know Peter denies Christ 3 times, knowing him 3 times.